Call to order the Ironton City Council meeting of July 23rd, 2026. With us for invocation tonight, we have September Detweiler with Real Life Ministries. If you would stand for our invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance immediately following.
Everyone, bow your heads, please. Thank you for the blessings you have given the city of Ironton. We ask for your wisdom and guidance for our council members and city leaders as they make decisions that affect our community. Help them to serve with integrity and work together for all in this city. Bless Ironton and its people and guide the meeting tonight. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call, please, Mark.
Brown. Haney.
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Todd.
Here.
Klein.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Simmons. Here.
Next on the agenda, we have the approval of minutes from the regular council meeting of July 9th, 2026, and the joint meeting of City Council and Trustees of July 9th, 2026. Are there any edits, additions, or omissions from those minutes? Seeing none, those minutes will stand as approved. Next on the agenda, we have audience participation. If you'd like to address council, please step to the podium, state your name, address, and you will have 5 minutes to address council.
Okay, I only have a few questions real quick. The first one is probably for the mayor. Who's going to be making the 2026 forgivable loan determinations? Is it going to be the same person or a committee?
27.
The 26 for this year.
That's already passed.
Okay, for the next one.
Well, I think we're going to restructure a few different things. I mean, in that one, just things we've learned from. A lot of the applications we get are very much exceeding the amount we even have in that budget to expense. And so I think we're going to rework the guidelines for that through the parameters that we do have to do it. So I have no idea at this point though.
Okay, are y'all going to be mosquito spraying Karen Street?
Sorry?
Are you going to be spraying mosquito spraying Karen Street? Is it on the schedule for next week?
I believe so, everywhere throughout town.
Okay.
We don't not spray areas. It's we do get people that ask that, but that's what the disclaimer of individuals, to not come outside. Do not leave your pets outside during that time frame.
Well, I know that they came down that way, and Mr. Pemberton told me that someone said don't spray Karen, so he didn't. That's why I'm asking if it's going to be sprayed.
Well,
You can ask him. I personally spoke to him. I know he was with the sprayer the day that they sprayed. And he told me a lady said don't spray Cliff or Karen in another street, and they did it.
okay.
But of course,
I'll
Karen,
talk to him about that.
we have a lot of water, so we definitely need to be sprayed. Just real quick too, on the new contract, did everybody still get a gym membership that worked for the city? Did that still get approved?
Hey.
Is that a yes? Okay.
Hey, hang on a second.
Yeah, there's a gym health incentive that's included with that.
Okay, I just wondered if it did. And then
Can I say one thing with it?
sure.
In subscribing to that,
Mhm.
of course, the goal is for us to have a healthy workforce. That's something that we want to make sure we take care of. Healthy workforce means less claims on our insurance, which means lower premiums on our end. So it's an investment also. In addition, we freed up some space that was used by the police department on the 4th floor that we're hoping to improve. And they're going to have better facilities to use also.
Okay, but not everybody's going to use that gym membership, so do you not get charged for that if they decide? Do they tell you, look, I don't want it?
I believe the mayor negotiated a
Yeah, it's all packaged that way.
package rate.
Okay, and then the last question, and someone contacted me about this is why I'm asking. They went up by the Lombard property, and there was a city employee tearing up city sidewalks using city equipment, and they wanted to know if that developer paid what they paid the city to do that.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think those are our utilities though, so it's our right of way. So whenever developers and anybody is doing anything, we're there to oversee that.
Does that say that in the ordinance?
Yes, like the public service director, public utilities director has to inspect those while they're being done.
So you don't pick and choose who gets to use the city equipment stuff and who doesn't?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just,
Like within
does
the
everybody,
city?
I mean, does everybody have that option that they can, call on the city workers and equipment and, if you're tearing up sidewalks or whatever, the cities will take care of it?
It's part of the development, so I mean, that's something that we would do. We wouldn't want them putting it in, like especially if it's not done to the standard that we want. If it's a main, those are differences. Taps, laterals, those things that are on the private property owner, those are not things that we just inspect those. But when it's our water main or our sewer main, we are not letting anyone touch that.
Well, but it's sidewalk. Is there something under the sidewalk you were concerned
I would
about?
assume that's why they would be on that part.
But you don't know.
No, because I have not.
Because they took out, I went up there and I videotaped it. They took out the whole, they were going down all the fourth, just tearing up the sidewalk. I don't see why the city would pay for that. Why wouldn't
I
the
don't think we're
developer
paying
who's
for that.
bringing in all kinds of money to the city, why wouldn't they pay for that?
I don't
And
think we're
instead of
paying for
using
that.
city employees and
I don't
stuff.
think we're paying for that.
Okay, thank you.
Mary Tussey, 1506 Karen Street, correct?
7.
1507. Just for the record.
You should know that by now.
Well, I was close. I was close. Any other audience participation? Seeing none. Moving on to communications. Communications, we have the rec levy receipt from the county, would that be honors?
Board of Elections.
All right.
Board of Elections.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, Board of Elections. Craig?
Move to file and make part of the minutes, the recreation levy receipt.
Nate?
Second.
I have a motion by Craig and a second by Nate to file the receipt from Board of Elections. Roll call, please, Mark.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
Craig?
Also gave the clerk and mayor resignation from the planning commission for Steve Harvey, the pastor, not the family feud.
Okay.
Just noted in
I
communications.
do have something regarding civil service. I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of J.C. Medinger from the Civil Service Commission. Craig?
I'll say.
Have a motion by myself and a second by Craig to accept the resignation of J.C. Medinger from the Civil Service Commission. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
I would like to make a motion to nominate Craig Thomas to fill the unexpired term for J.C. Medinger's prior position. Craig?
I'm having deja vu. Did we do that last meeting?
I thought it was in the minutes.
Well,
We did it prior to-
JC's wanting to, after our meeting, we were under the impression JC was going to finalize his term. He's done effective. John, when did John get that?
I don't, this is
Oh,
new
okay.
here to me.
So, well, I'll tell you if you need it.
Yeah, if he resigned,
He resigned effective.
then you would
immediately.
have to appoint him now again.
And that's
It's okay. Hey, it's all right. I'll second your motion.
14th. Okay, I have a motion by myself, and that's second by Craig to have Craig Thomas immediately fill J.C. Medinger's prior seat on the Civil Service Commission. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
Congratulations, Mr. Thomas, appreciate you. And
Mr.
also,
Raines?
yes, sir.
Did you say that that resignation was effective 7/14?
Well, let me see here. Actually, this was dated this 13th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Moving on to reports, there are none. Ordinances, Marta, would you please give ordinance 2642 first reading?
Prohibiting the acquisition, use, contracts, and subscriptions of automatic license plate reader systems within the city of Ironton, Ohio. Prohibiting municipal contracts for such systems and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Troy.
I just want to point out that there were some changes made post our strategic planning meeting a few weeks ago. I appreciate the input that you guys gave to that draft. And you can see in section 4, there are some new changes allowing the city to utilize some information in specific circumstances of kidnappings, missing persons, and things of that nature that we discussed. So I just wanted to point that out.
Is this time sensitive? Okay. Good. Any other discussion on ordinance 2642? Craig?
Real quick, I asked Troy, since I wasn't at the strategic planning meeting, about whether they got input from the solicitors on constitutionality, Ohio case law, et cetera, and that opinion's in our emails. Just to clarify.
Thank you. Moving on to ordinance 2643, Marta, would you please give that first reading?
Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, and the International Association of Firefighters, Local 532, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Craig?
Move to give ordinance 2643 second and third reading by title only, and also make mention that it received favorable recommendation from finance.
Troy?
Second.
Have a motion by Craig and a second by Troy to suspend the rules for ordinance 2643 and give it second and third reading by title only. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
The rules have been suspended for ordinance 2643. Marta, would you please get that second and third reading?
Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, and the International Association of Firefighters, Local 532, and declaring an emergency. Second reading. Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, and the International Association of Firefighters, Local 532, and declaring an emergency. Third reading.
Troy?
I'd like to make a motion to pass ordinance 2643.
Craig?
Second.
Jacob?
Did we mention it got favorable rating? Okay.
I have a motion by Troy and a second by Craig to adopt ordinance 2643. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
Ordinance 2643 has been adopted. Appreciate you guys working on that. Moving on to ordinance 2644. Marta, would you please get that first reading?
Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, and the Fraternal Order of Police, Ohio Labor Council, Inc., and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Greg?
I want to note that ordinance 2644 has a typo. It says 26 or 2344, but for the record, it's 26.
I even read it, didn't I?
And make mention that it received favorable recommendation from finance and motion to suspend the rules and give it second and third reading.
Troy?
Second.
I have a motion by Craig and a second by Troy to suspend the rules for ordinance 2644 and give it second and third reading by title only. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
The rules have been suspended for ordinance 2644. Marta, would you please give that second and third reading by title only?
Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, Ohio, and the Fraternal Order of Police, Ohio Labor Council, Inc., and declaring an emergency. Second reading. Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, and the Fraternal Order of Police, Ohio Labor Council, Inc., and declaring an emergency. Third reading.
Craig,
Move to adopt ordinance 2644.
Troy.
Second.
I have a motion by Craig and a second by Troy to adopt ordinance 2644. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
Ordinance 2644 has been adopted. Thanks again, guys. Moving along to ordinance 2645. Marta, would you please give that first reading?
Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, and Local 771 and American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO, declaring an emergency. First reading.
Craig.
Mention that 2645 received favorable recommendation from finance this evening, and motion to suspend the rules and give ordinance 2645 second and third reading by title only.
Troy.
Second.
I have a motion by Craig and a second by Troy to suspend the rules for ordinance 2645. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
Rules have been suspended for ordinance 2645. Marta, would you please give that second and third reading by title only?
Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, and Local 771 and American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO, declaring an emergency. Second reading. Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached contract between the city of Ironton, Ohio, and Local 771 and American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO, declaring an emergency. Third reading.
Craig.
Move to adopt ordinance 2645.
Troy.
Second.
I have a motion by Craig and a second by Troy to adopt ordinance 2645. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons. Aye.
Ordinance 2645 has been adopted. Thanks again, guys, for working on those contracts. Moving along to ordinance 2646. Marta, would you please give that first reading?
Amending various sections of chapter 1484 of the codified ordinances of the city of Ironton, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Craig.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Thanks for working on that, y'all. I just wanted a quick discussion on section 4 specifically. I just feel like a $400 fine with whatever it is, $6,400 max may not be incentive enough to help our problem with these properties, because they tend to be written off as a loss, and so I'm asking really for kind of an open discussion, and if originally Nate, I think you were the main author of this original ordinance. Was there any ORC related to restrictions on that penalty? And if not, I would like to entertain maybe making those a little stiffer to incentivize movement, because I truly feel like one of the reasons that this hasn't had any teeth is because people don't really care about that fine.
I'm happy with entertaining the idea of an increase as long as it's reasonable cost. I don't know if there are any kind of limits there for what's a reasonable.
Yeah, I don't know of any statutory limits or anything. A court could, someone could challenge if they become so excessive that they're unreasonable.
Yeah, and I will note that there's a part 2 to this that hopefully will be available next meeting, and it does have fines for individual offenses, like if you have plywood over your windows, that's an offense, and you're charged every week up to $1,000. And then, if you have a hole in your roof in a downtown building that causes that, and the second floor to collapse, for example.
And have caution tape around the whole sidewalk.
Yeah, but I do like the idea of increased fees as long as they're legal. And I know Robbie had brought that up as well. So there is something in particular you had in mind.
And I'll just say when, Sarah's done so much research on this and reading through some of the cities that she's listed examples, 6,400 seemed to be the highest penalty that I could find as well. And so I had mentioned to Sarah even, since there's not a lot of precedent for higher than that on the maximum after the 5 years, of what if we started year one at 800 instead of 400, and then just arrived at that 6,400 at year 4 instead of year 5. And then, so we get to that higher number faster, because I agree, I think the more teeth that it can have in terms of incentivizing moving vacant property, the better. But I'm
I'm comfortable with that amendment.
or even, if we think it would have legal holding, I think we could look at maybe just doubling all of those, but I don't know, again, the reasonable.
And I know this is first reading. I just wanted to make mention of that because I really do feel like we had the right intention years ago when we did it. I feel like it's got the right intention now, but it doesn't have enough bite to spur on movement. Because that's just, and I think that's part of the problem is that people don't care about that fine.
Sure. Just to clarify for the language, it only says reasonable for the amount of penalty. There's no figure associated with that.
I think if it's over a reasonable amount, they can find it, but I'm not sure the rules.
See what the court says, but I mean, you can put it where you think, what you think's reasonable.
I would be a fan of doubling what's there myself. I don't know where the rest of you fall on that amount. If we,
I like it to be as high as reasonable.
right,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah, we don't have to amend it tonight. I just wanted you all to think about it. Just, I feel like that's the part that doesn't have the bite.
can we make a motion to amend that on the floor?
Yeah,
Have you
if you know, the details of it.
Yeah.
So doubling that first annual fee,
From 400 to 800.
and then it will double each year until,
Until a maximum of 12,800, right?
I don't know the math on it.
Let me double check that math.
16, 32, 64.
Yes, sir.
Robbie.
I'll make that motion.
That's in section 4 specifically.
Right.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion by Robbie and a second by Sarah to amend Ordinance 2646, Section 4, sentence 1 from $400 to $800, and then sentence 2 from 6,400 to 12,800.
Correct.
Roll call, please. Sorry, guys. Nate.
I know we originally passed something that says all fees, permits are increased by consumer price index annually.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that this captures that also. So I don't know if we need to include that language in here, but we have to pass that language separately, but I think that needs to be accounted for. So I don't know if we want to include that or not.
I make a motion to create section 9. CPI will be included in this ordinance. So make a motion to amend ordinance 2640. Well, hang on a second. Let's go ahead and take care of Robbie and Sarah's first. We have a motion by Robbie, second by Sarah to amend section 4 ordinance 2646. Roll call, please.
Graham.
Aye.
Hayden.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
Aye.
It's,
The ordinance that requires, if it says all fees, it would include.
It would supersede, okay.
Okay.
I think we're good then. All right. Just want to clarify that.
And if it says that, I'm not
I
sure.
believe it does,
Okay.
it does. But, again,
Sometimes.
My-
it's something we
my
need to keep
question
track-
on
we need
that
to keep
is-
track of.
Would that only include fees that were part of the city prior to
No.
that? Okay, so it's anything after.
Yes.
Okay. Sarah?
Another discussion item. In section 2, it talks about graphics that can be made available at low or no cost to vacant businesses to make it more attractive to be downtown. I just wanted to note that Ohio State has put in requests for graphics that say, welcome to Ironton, take a walk downtown, just decorative, supporting downtown, healthy living graphics that could be offered at low or no cost to vacant buildings in our downtown. And Chris, in that same conversation, asked them for a defined crosswalk and signs
Nice.
for the railroad crossing. I forgot to copy you on that email, but they did put in that request for you as well.
Awesome. Quick question, do we need property owners' permission to put those graphics on their windows?
Well,
I
would think so.
and it says that there are options there, so
Right.
that's just an option. So,
I like it, I mean, truthfully, I wish we could.
I think it's one of those things, I think that for a property owner, it's an easy way to get in compliance that's lower the cost.
yeah, it aids the property owner and
Does
having to come up
does
with.
that void the vacant fee if they have those graphics?
Doesn't avoid the fee, but it's just saying that they need to make sure that there are graphics there.
Just nothing empty or boarded.
Because this requires that they have that there within 90 days, even with a vacant.
So if it's not rented within 90 days and it's going to stay perpetually empty, they need to have some kind of graphic or window display or something like that. So it doesn't just read empty downtown.
Good.
If there's no other discussion, I'd be happy to make a motion to suspend the rules and give this ordinance second and third reading.
Vote on the amendment to amend.
Yes.
We have a motion by Rodney and a second by Sarah to suspend the rules for amended ordinance 2646. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
The rules have been suspended for amended ordinance 2646. Marta, would you please give that second and third reading by title only?
Amending various sections of chapter 1484 of the codified ordinances of the city of Ironton, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. Second reading. Amending various sections of chapter 1484 of the codified ordinances of the city of Ironton, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. Third reading.
Robbie?
Go ahead and make a motion to adopt ordinance 2646.
Have a motion by Robbie and a second by Sarah to adopt amended ordinance 2646. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
Ordinance amended ordinance 2646 has been adopted. Moving on to, let's see here. There it is. Moving on to ordinance 2647. Marta, would you please give that first reading?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Level and Square Custom Homes LLC and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Nate?
I'd like to mention that ordinance 2647 received favorable recommendation by the finance committee. I'd also like to make a motion to suspend the rules and give ordinance 2647 second and third reading by title only.
Jacob? Sorry.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. I didn't see you back there. You were right behind Craig. I have a motion by Nate and a second by Jacob to suspend the rules for ordinance 2647. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
Rules have been suspended for ordinance 2647. Marvin, would you please give that second and third reading by title only?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Level and Square Custom Homes LLC and declaring an emergency. Second reading. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Level and Square Custom Homes LLC and declaring an emergency. Third reading.
Nate,
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2647.
Jacob.
Just a second.
Have a motion by Nate and a second by Jacob to adopt ordinance 2647. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
Ordinance 2647 has been adopted. Moving along to ordinance 2648. Marta, would you please give that first reading?
Amending the permanent operating budget for the city of Ironton, state of Ohio for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2026 and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Nate,
I'd like to note ordinance 2648 received favorable recommendation by the finance committee. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules and give ordinance 2648 second and third reading by title only.
Jacob.
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Nate and a second by Jacob to suspend the rules for ordinance 2648. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
The rules have been suspended for ordinance 2648. Marta, would you please give ordinance 2648 second and third reading by title only?
Amending the permanent operating budget for the city of Ironton, state of Ohio for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2026 and declaring an emergency. Second reading. Amending the permanent operating budget for the city of Ironton, state of Ohio for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2026 and declaring an emergency. Third reading.
Nate,
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2648.
Jacob.
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Nate and a second by Jacob to adopt ordinance 2648. Roll call, please, Marta.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
Ordinance 2648 has been adopted. Moving along to ordinance 2641. Marta, would you please give that second reading?
Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached delinquent debt collection agreement with the Ohio Attorney General and declaring an emergency. Second reading.
Nate,
I'd like to make mention that ordinance 2641 received favorable recommendation by the finance committee. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules and give ordinance 2641 third reading by title only.
Jacob.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion by Nate and a second by Jacob to suspend the rules and give ordinance 2641 third reading. Or would you, roll call, please?
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
Rules have been suspended for ordinance 2641. Marta, would you please give that third reading by title only?
Authorizing the mayor to enter into the attached delinquent debt collection agreement with the Ohio Attorney General and declaring an emergency. Third reading.
Jacob.
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt ordinance 2641.
Nate.
Second.
I have a motion by Jacob and a second by Nate to adopt ordinance 2641. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
Ordinance 2641 has been adopted. Moving on to resolutions, there are none, thank the Lord, because my arms are starting to stick to my, it's getting hot in here. Miscellaneous, anybody, Jacob?
I'd like
Nate, I
to
got you.
make a motion to enter and make part of the minutes the June 2026 financials.
All right, I'll second that. Roll call, please, Mark.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Simmons.
Financial, we've made part of the minutes. Nate?
We got an invited guest this evening, Mr. John Haskins. He's going to give us an update on our sewer plant renovations. So I missed him under audience participation, so we can get him in miscellaneous.
Sorry.
That's my fault. No problem at all. Nate, I'm gonna send you around some more paper here. So there's three different.
Okay. Okay.
While we're passing those around, I do want to take a second. thank each and every one of you. The staff and I really appreciate, the funding provided. We're doing these projects. We're seeing a tremendous difference in this wastewater plant, and we really do appreciate it. I want you guys to know that. If I talk to you, please tell me.
One thing I do, and I know you're here to talk about where we're at on the renovation. And I kind of talked to you before, but I really like to, I know you captured a lot of before pictures, but I would like to have the before and after pictures that we're able to show to our residents that their dollars are going to reinforce our infrastructure.
Yeah, we will definitely put something.
I think it would be good for them to see it. They're not gonna be able to go down and tour the plant, I think it would be good for them to be able to see the improvement.
Absolutely. Okay, that sounds good. We'll put something together.
Thank you.
Once you get them passed around, we're going to start with the one marked number 1 at the top. And what I've done, I went back, if you remember our budget workshops, I presented all these projects, and on number 1, wait for Jacob to get this. So on the one labeled number 1, we went through and we picked out 5 of these projects because with the amount of money it was going to require and plus what we still needed for 2026, we come up with that number that you was able to fund. If you flip to the next page, that will give you the status of each one of those projects. So number 1 being the roof projects, 2 of them are now complete. The third one is in progress and the rest of them will follow. They started today on the maintenance pump building. If you look, we even done an addition to our garage. Through the bidding process, through the state contracts, I think they call it the GIS pricing. You're going to see this in several places. We did see some significant savings. So it allowed us to do a little bit more. You'll see we've done some extra work on our garage to allow storage for our new excavator. And then the highlighted yellow is still the balance underneath that item number, okay? If you look at 7, 8, 9, and 11, these projects are not started yet. We're waiting for quotes. We haven't got to the hydrant yet. We plan to be on that in a couple of weeks. We're doing all that in-house. The other ones I'm waiting on manufacturers for the final quotes. And we got to provide a schedule of dates through 2026 and 2027 for the bond. And items 7, 8, and 11 are for next year for 2027. So we are on schedule. Even though it doesn't look like we started those 3. So if you go to 1A, it was just for the collection system. It was for the excavator, trailer, and dump truck. If you flip the page, you can see the excavator and all the attachments is scheduled to be delivered on Monday. We had a little emergency repair we needed at one of our lift stations. And with the savings we had on that excavator, I was able to use part of that money to buy another pump for one of our lift stations. We didn't have any other capital funds, so we just kind of utilized that. You can see there's still $2,500 there. The dump truck, they delivered it on June 3rd. We're in possession of it. Our equipment trailer we picked up on May 29th. Now with that same thing, we was having problems with our mower, and through the GIS program, the bidding, we was able to pick up a mower, and you'll see that mower had a $4,400 savings through that program. So that's another item that really wasn't scheduled, but allowed us to go ahead and make an improvement and replace. Okay, there's still 11,640 there. You'll see a note at the bottom with that savings of both of those line items, both of those account numbers that John signed. We would like to look at purchasing a gator if it's okay to use these extra funds as long as we're still making improvements, buying extra pumps. We kind of wanted to see what your feelings was on that. We was able to get an extra $5,000 on one line item, an extra $2,500, an extra $11,000 because of the bidding and the government pricing. And if you guys have any thoughts on that, we can discuss it later. But
What would that gator be used for?
It would be used for the ground maintenance, for like spraying weed killer in our pipe yard, all of our fence line. I put a description here. We have an above ground sewer line on North 5th Street. We would be maintaining it, mowing weed killer, and then between buildings with the tools just make us a little bit more efficient. In the past, we've always used like pickup trucks, like a trailer on a lawnmower, we've used things like that. It was just a consideration, so we can discuss it in another meeting if we need to. So.
I appreciate you coming and talking through it and requesting it. I'm okay with it personally myself. It's reflective of the savings that he's had for the others. Any other discussion on that? Okay.
If it's making day-to-day more efficient, I'm for it.
It's also a little bit of an employee safety too. Right now they have a backpack sprayer they're packing around. It gets hot sometimes. You know, we can put a sprayer in the back and go through and spray. We have a tremendous amount of pipe yard, lay down yard. We have 7 lift stations we spray throughout the city. So it would definitely be used. It wasn't a really, something that broke down because of the savings. We considered that. So,
John England, do you see a problem with the bonding, how it was issued?
No, sir, I don't.
Adding that into.
I do not see that as a problem. The one thing that the mayor and I sidebarred here just a second ago is that if you all recall, and if not, you can look through the budget and see it, we had everything that Mr. Haskins or anyone else requesting in capital equipment as their fund number, 40-005, and then we had 2026, and we listed just everything that he wanted as its own separate line number that we could go back in a future time and say, wonder when we got that. Well, I'll tell you exactly when we got that, because it's noted as such. If he's wanting to buy a gator under savings from roofing, I would say, yeah, put a new line item in there for the gator, and then just a reappropriation, because he's going to have savings. We can reduce those lines and then take those savings from the lines he's talking about and make another line with gator.
Can you make that reflected on our next amendment?
I absolutely can.
Thank you.
Heck yes.
all right, thank you. Okay. And then the last one is number 2. This was the 2026 items that we listed. We need to finish within the plant. All 14 of these items, we funded those. And if you turn to the second page, and there's a third page of this, you'll see where they're at. 1, 2, 3, the purchase orders are issued. The first 2 are in progress as we speak. They're currently working in the digester on the primary sludge and digester sludge. This will finish up that building completely with new pumps, new valves, 2 new control cabinets. Everything will be complete in that building. The return sludge pumps, we're just waiting for the delivery of the last pump. It's due in, I think, August 21st. We haven't done anything with the building heaters yet. It's been hot enough. We're okay. We'll do that this fall. Aeration tank, purchase orders are issued. We're waiting for delivery of the equipment. The contractor is also waiting on that equipment. The same contractor on site doing the digester. Flushing water, we're still waiting for a couple more valves. They're due in any time now. The primary clarifier, number 8, we have not started that project yet. And 9 and 10, we have not. Those are, there's a total of 3 wells there. And I looked to start getting stuff together to order the equipment in August. And hopefully everything in the end of September, 1st of October, we will start those projects. The primary wet well is the same well, it's the contractor portion. We haven't needed a rental pump yet for a pump around. We will be needing one soon. The flow regulator gates, I had a budgetary quote that I provided you in the spring. I'm waiting on a final quote. Once he sends that, I will get those ordered. The 2 composite samplers, we've ordered both of those. They're installed and we are currently using them. We had a situation with our chlorine gas, so I did use some of that money. You'll see there was $7,000 emergency purchase out of that to replace a smart valve and gas detector in that building. And again, there's a savings there. I highlighted the $5,700 that we would reappropriate also. So again, we're moving forward. This made a tremendous difference. I'll get those pictures together, and I can't thank you guys enough. anytime you wanna have a meeting there or come down, we'll set something up again, so. I know it was a lot of work this past spring, and like I said, I can't thank you enough for that.
John, I hear you thanking us, but really we should be the ones thanking you because we get $1.5 million worth of projects done in-house without engineering, bidding, construction, out EPA permits because we already have that in-house. And I mean, we're doing it for a fraction of the cost because of your leadership. So I mean, we're really saving you or saving the citizens of Ironton $1 million in these upgrades at our wastewater treatment plant. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. I was gonna say the same thing. Not only are we saving with you doing it, but we're also seeing you're saving on top of saving.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we've got balance
Still
left
working
over.
on it to
So
save additionally.
yeah.
And whatever time frame you want me to come back and do another update, be more than happy to. We can set it up on quarters or however you want to do it.
Nate,
I think, I like maybe after the first of the year,
Okay.
I want to revisit that. That gives you some time to make some progress, but I want to reiterate what they've said. I think you've saved our residents millions of dollars, and it had to be done, and I'd rather us invest in it than pay EPA fines.
Exactly, and our people do it.
Yes.
And we are on schedule with the bond 2026, 2027. We are on schedule, so. Okay.
thanks.
All right,
I
thank you.
apologize for not getting you.
Oh, it's okay. No,
information. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Any other miscellaneous, Sarah?
Some residents are getting letters about the water service line identification from the Get the Lead Out program. And there's a line in there that says, if any lead or galvanized pipes are discovered, a plan will be developed to replace them. Do we know if that means a plan will be developed for the city to replace them or the resident to replace them? Do we know who that falls on?
The program's grant funded.
I'm so happy to ask Aaron to talk about something else,
All right.
but he's here.
So we're replaceable from the main to the meter pit, but as far as from the meter pit to the house, that's really going to fall into you guys, the legislature wise, whether they're going to be, what basically the timeline will be for them to replace it. The lead program in Ohio still is like 10 years. It's like a 10-year plan for us to replace ours. So I don't think it would be anything expected for you guys to like pass and say they have to do it now. But it definitely needs replaced. Say the health effects of the lead lines are very documented. Not good for you. But ours right now, I think the rough, from the IEP meetings, we're supposed to do like 10% of our system every year for the next 10 years. So, we've got some time, and we actually just did one Tuesday. But as of right now, they're still really in the discovery phase with that's why Arcadis is here in town. They're trying to do the predictive modeling to try and predict where the lead is. So hopefully after this round of potholing and they can get their information, they'll have a better idea of where we should look, basically.
Correct.
I know there's been grant funding for municipalities for Get the Lead Out, but is there such a program for individuals to apply for that with
I'm not
Ohio
sure.
EPA or?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I know that the Arcadis one is grant funded for our side, but I haven't specifically looked into the residents, like what they can apply and get.
Is that more of a Kevin Wood question?
Probably. He definitely would have a lot more information on it.
Oh, I
It
see.
may even be, oh Lord, I think her name's Susie. Maybe Michelle. Rochelle, maybe Rochelle, but I think Susie is the one that I'm dealing with the lead service inventory. She's actually out of Cincinnati, not Columbus, which is just a different branch with Arcadis. And I can send you her email if you'd like.
Yeah, please.
I know I have it, I just, for some reason, am not remembering her name.
I've got one thing miscellaneous, and I've got 2 executive sessions to request. Sorry.
Okay, so
Miscellaneous, Mayor, our last meeting in June, we discussed the 35 recovery homes and 235 beds that are located in the city, proposed by the Department of Behavioral Health. And And I just wanted to possibly request discussion with Mark Dickus as far as whether those businesses have obtained a business license, those locations are documented, and they're in an appropriately zoned area, especially recovery homes with supervised beds in the appropriate zone. So I don't know if he might be available for a council meeting.
Yeah, I know that he's
busy.
He's working on identifying those to make sure that those are accurate too. Because I had all the Lawrence County on there. So that's what they were working on right now.
Okay.
And maybe it'd be better once he has all that information just to come.
That would be great. Thank you.
Mayor, did you have something for Aaron?
It's executive session
Oh,
on contracts.
I got you.
I just want to piggyback on that. I think, I think, our state legislature just passed something in the last year about, registering with OMOS. So those beds should be registered as well, right? With Ohio Mental Health Services.
They should be.
So I think that's where it came from.
Yeah.
What I was saying is we have to verify if they have because originally there was a registry and that died off with the moratorium, and then we incorporated the business license, so every business that operates in town has to list every property that they own. That's what we're trying to verify, that they've all done that.
Good.
I'd like to make a motion to go to executive session, 2 separate sessions. First, to discuss contracts with council, mayor, finance director, solicitor, and Aaron Edens. And second, to discuss real estate with council, mayor, Mr. Elam, and solicitor. No action to follow.
Craig.
I'll second. Reluctantly.
Right, Mayor on. I have a motion by Nate and a second by Craig to enter executive session with what he said. Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Hany.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Aye.
We're now entering executive session. No action to follow. Thank you guys for attending.